2 chairs, 1 table, no applause, just soft lights, a camera's red eye, and a prince without a crown. She came with calm questions and poise. He came with charm that felt a bit too confident. They began with polite talk, but tension rose quietly, like steam from a sealed kettle. By the time anyone noticed, it was already whistling. The studio looked like a cozy living room built for news. Deep red curtains, a brass lamp, a soft rug. 2 modern chairs faced each other, a glass of water between them. No audience, no laughter, only the low hum of lights and the distant tick of a clock. Norah O'Donnell arrived first, composed and professional. She greeted the crew, checked her notes, and sat ready for conversation, not combat. When the floor manager counted down, she turned to the camera with her usual warm precision. "Good evening. Tonight, a candid talk with Prince Harry, author, veteran, father. We'll discuss life in America, purpose, and what's next." She glanced left. "Harry, welcome." He entered, smiling, confident, every detail whispering California. He shook her hand with ease. "Good to be here," he said, settling in. The setup was calm, almost homely. "We like people to feel at home," Norah smiled. "Oh, I do," he replied, looking around. "I'm rather good at finding new homes." The tally light went red. "Let's start simple," Norah began. "How's life in America, away from the institution?" Harry's smile turned near a smirk. "The sun's warmer, the morning's quieter, and traffic ignores titles. I like that. It's freeing not to bow to old calendars. So no regrets." He touched the rim of his glass. "You can miss a building without missing the locks on the doors. I miss familiarity sometimes. Tradition smells nice, but I sleep well. You don't need a palace to live like a king." Norah's eyes narrowed slightly. "What does living like a king mean to you now?" "Autonomy," he said. "Choosing where I go, who I speak to, and what causes get my voice. Crowns are heavy because everyone hangs their expectations on them. I'm lighter now." She nodded. "You've built a life here. Projects, writing, charity. Do you feel American yet?" "I feel human," he said quickly. "Labels are for shelves." "Fair enough," she smiled. "You're still very visible. Do you ever wish for anonymity?" Harry grinned. "That's a fantasy for people who never had to lose it. I'm recognizable, but visibility can be useful if you're smart." "Some say control can look like manipulation," Norah noted. "Control," he said pleasantly, "is just refusing to be controlled." She kept her tone even. "How's the day-to-day, coffee runs, school drops, the ordinary things?" "Brilliantly ordinary," he said. "I know which barista spells my name right." "That's progress. Anything you miss from before?" "Ceremonies were grand. I miss the echo of marble, not judgment." Norah softened. "I want to ask gently about family. You've written about grief, about your mother. Has distance changed that?" His smile faded. "Grief doesn't care about geography. It changes its shoes. My mother's voice is still there. She reminds me to choose compassion over performance." "And your brother?" she asked carefully. "People wonder if time heals." "People always wonder," he said quietly. "Wondering is free. So are assumptions. My relationships are mine." He sipped his water. "Next question." Norah shifted smoothly. "Your wife gets a lot of attention. Some say it fuels your message. Others say it distorts it. How do you handle that?" "We handle it well," he said lightly. "We're not tour guides for strangers' expectations. Being in the public eye just means people feel invited. They're not." "Is it stressful?" she asked. "Everything meaningful is stressful," he said. "Ask any pilot in a storm. You just keep the nose level." "Your children," Norah smiled softly. "How do you raise them with so much attention?" "We teach them who they are before anyone else does. Kindness before titles. And we make great pancakes on Sundays." Norah laughed. "That might be the quote of the night." "I have a few," he said with a grin. But the air had shifted. His tone now came from a balcony, not a seat. "Let's talk purpose," she said. "You've served, written, advocated. What's the mission now?" "Impact without permission," he replied. "I'm tired of rooms where change needs approval." "Some would say your reach came from those rooms," Norah added. "True," he said, "but people forget the cost attached. They count the gifts, not the invoice." "Do you feel any pullback? To family, tradition, country?" "I feel a pull to history," he said, "and to not repeat it. I miss marble not being a statue. What's next? She asked. Books, series, foundation work? People are nosy, he said with a half smile. Curiosity is nosiness with manners. I'll announce things when they're real. Do you worry withholding fuels speculation? Feeding it creates addiction, he said. If I give crumbs, they'll want cake. I'm not a bakery. You have a metaphor for everything. I've had practice, he said. Comes with being turned into one. The clock ticked. Norah stayed poised, though his superiority made every exchange feel thinner. Last question before break, she said. What grounds you when the cameras go off? Small things, he said. A toy on the stairs, a dog that ignores royalty, someone asking how my day was. And knowing if I want a crown, there's a paper one in the drawer. The real ones never fit. We'll take a pause, she said. More with Prince Harry when we return. The tally light went off. A makeup artist swept in quietly. Norah looked at him kindly. Thank you. You're generous with answers. I'm generous when questions deserve it, he said. Polite, not kind. The next segment began under heavier air. Harry leaned forward, confident, maybe too much. Norah stayed calm. Welcome back, she said. We're talking about life, purpose, and family. How would you describe this new chapter in the U.S.? Ah, the famous phrase, he said with irony. America's been educational. Freedom here is real. But sometimes I wonder if I traded a crown for a circus. You seem to embrace public life differently here. It's public life without duty. I wake up when I choose. You still focus on service and mental health? I focus on truth, he said. Service doesn't need ceremony. Do you miss the sense of duty? Sometimes I miss the idea of it, the uniforms, the history. But it was bureaucracy in a tuxedo. I serve better now. Do you miss your family? Family's complicated. Mine comes with portraits. Your mother? She doesn't need to guide me anymore. I think she'd respect that I'm doing it my way. And your brother? Brothers fight. Ours just makes headlines. We'll talk when it suits us. Do you wish things were simpler? I wish people stopped wishing things for me. Norah pressed gently. Let's talk about Meghan. She's admired but also heavily scrutinized. He laughed sharply. Scrutiny? You mean harassment. People fear what they can't understand. My wife stands strong. She's visible, Norah said softly. And men aren't? He shot back. Strong women make fragile people nervous. Do you worry being public hurts your privacy? We're public on our terms. There's a difference between being seen and being sold. That's quite a phrase. You can borrow it, he said smugly. I'm good with sound bites. What's life like for your children? They're bright and curious. I want them to know truth matters more than titles. And your career? What's next? I act, not announce. I don't need headlines to stay relevant. Transparency helps understanding, Norah said coolly. Transparency's overrated, he replied. People want theater, not truth. Silence filled the air. Harry, Norah said softly, do you realize how you sound sometimes? How I sound? You talk about compassion, but your words sound distant. When you've lived at the top, everything else feels lower, he said. The air froze. That's quite a statement, she said quietly. It's honest, he replied. The light turned off, but no one moved. Norah held her patience. Harry looked amused. The next segment began tense. We're here with Prince Harry, she said. Talking about legacy. Legacy, he said. It's just code for what history forgives. Or how we choose to be remembered, she offered. I'm not waiting for pigeons, he said dryly. Critics call you guarded, even combative, she said. Are they right? Critics love pretending they know me, he said. I'm not combative, just not controllable. Some say you've gone from avoiding to owning the spotlight. Wouldn't you if you could? Do you think defensiveness pushes people away? You wrap accusations in kindness, he said. It's poetic. Not accusing, observing. Observing like a hunter with binoculars, he muttered. You said you live like a king, she said. Maybe that's why people find you hard to relate to. I'm not here to be relatable, he said coldly. I don't need to be understood by strangers. Still, perception shapes legacy, she said. I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to be heard, he snapped. And maybe that difference is lost on you. Norah held her calm. I'm giving you a chance to be understood. That's what people say before twisting words, he said. Even presidents trust good faith, she noted. Maybe they had less reason to, he replied sharply. You sound like you're lecturing from a mountaintop, she said quietly. You speak down, not across. Maybe I'm just done pretending everyone's equal, he said. Norah's patience cracked. You walk in demanding respect you haven't earned. You call arrogance confidence. That's not strength, it's fear. His mask slipped. You sound like my therapist. Then start listening, she said. Silence fell. Harry's jaw tightened. This was meant to be about my work, not my character. They're the same, Norah said firmly. He stood, pulling off his mic. Then we're done. If that's your choice, she said. It's common sense. He straightened his jacket. Good luck with your show. And you'll need some humility, she said softly. He turned, eyes flashing, then walked out. The red light dimmed. Norah exhaled, calm again. Sometimes honesty isn't comfortable, she said to camera, but it's still necessary. The screen faded to black. That night, the internet divided. Some calling her brave, others calling him misunderstood. But all agreed, no one had seen a royal exit quite like this.